Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And those who are new to this channel, kindly make sure that you subscribe to this channel for the latest tech updates and the tech knowledge. So today is day 15 of the 20 days of the statistics course and hope you are enjoying the series. So today we're gonna study about the confidence intervals. Okay, so this one is the most important statistical idea to communicate correctly because many people misunderstand what confidence interval actually mean. Okay, so when I will explain this, it immediately will build the credibility and will be beneficial for both the beginners and the professionals. So let's talk about the core problem first. Okay, so when we estimate something from the data, the estimate is never perfectly accurate. For example, suppose the sample average salary sample average salary, let's say it is 50,000. Okay, 50,000. So is this the exact population average? Probably not, because we only observed a sample and different samples would give slightly different results. So instead of giving a single number, statistics gives a range that likely contains the true value. Okay, and that range is the confidence interval. Okay, so let me write that for you guys. Okay, so a range that likely contains the true value, range that likely contains true value is known as the confidence intervals. Okay, so let's talk about what is confidence interval in detail. So the confidence interval is nothing but a range of values used to estimate an unknown population parameter along with a level of confidence. For example, instead of saying that the average height is 170 centimeter, or like the sample average salary is 50,000, we say that the average height is between 168 centimeter to 172 centimeter with 95% confidence. Okay, so we can say this as instead of saying like a fixed number, we can say this also as like the average salary is between let's say 45,000 to 60,000 with the confidence of 95%. So, this communicates both the estimate and the uncertainty around it. So, a 95% confidence interval does not mean that there is a 95% probability that a true value lies inside the specific interval. The correct meaning or the correct saying would be like this, that if we repeatedly take samples and build the confidence intervals, about 95% of those intervals will contain the true population parameter. Okay, the uncertainty comes from the sampling and not from the parameter itself, and this distinction makes your explanation very professional and accurate. So every estimate has two components. Agree? Like, either you have a signal or you have a noise. You have just these two parameters. Signal is like the information from data, information from data, and noise is the randomness due to sampling. So, a larger sample size means smaller uncertainty and narrower interval, and a smaller sample size means the larger uncertainty and wider interval. So, the confidence intervals quantify how much uncertainty exists due to noise. So, let me write this also, that confidence interval quantifies how much uncertainty exists due to noise. Correct. So suppose a survey estimates that the average monthly spending is 10,000, as I have given you the example above of this 50,000. So 95% of the confidence interval is between 9,500 to 10,500. So the correct interpretation would be like, if this survey were repeated many times, most intervals constructed this way would capture the true average spending. Now talking about like how does the confidence interval helps. So confidence interval helps in many ways. So the first one is the A/B testing decision. In the A/B testing, you run two test parameter parallelly, and based on the confidence interval, you decide which test is the most successful. Okay, then the confidence interval is also helpful in model comparison. Okay, model performance comparison basically. Okay, then third, it would be business forecasting. Of course, confidence interval is very useful in business forecasting. The fourth would be risk estimation, to estimate the risk. If we have a number of risks, to estimate like which risk is more dangerous, and understanding the reliability of estimates. Understanding reliability of estimates. So, two estimates with several similar averages may have different uncertainty levels. Okay, so a key takeaway from this session would be like, a single number tells you the estimate, but a confidence interval tells you how much you should trust it. Okay, and if I would say like why it matters, because of the capture uncertainty, decision making, and the model evaluation, and of course for the forecasting. The confidence interval prevents the overconfidence in the predictions. Basically, I must say that confidence intervals help to communicate the uncertainty to the stakeholders. For example, that average revenue is $1 million to $50K. Okay, so we gave a range. Okay, we communicated the uncertainty to the stakeholders. So in hypothesis testing, they complement the p values by showing the range of the possible effects. So this was all about the confidence intervals, and hope you like the video. And if you like the content of the video, just like this video, subscribe my channel, and do not forget to hype my video so that I stay motivated. And meet you in the next lecture of the 20 days of the statistics course. Till then, bye bye.